I know how difficult it is when you're a student or when you're working and you need to be able to do your hijab quickly and leave the house. So I'm going to do this student-friendly hijab tutorial actually. This is actually based on and hopefully a replica of a picture I had posted on the Pearl Daisy fan page, for which I started getting loads of emails of people asking how I'd done it. So I'm going to show you now. This style is great for people who have small foreheads because you actually wear the hijab quite low on your forehead like that, and all you do, essentially it's the same style of wrap that you would do traditionally with a pashmina. The only difference is there are a lot more layers showing, and also it's less bulky from here, hopefully preventing you from getting too hot. So you put on your hijab, follow it around your forehead, and then just by the eye, all I do with my index finger is push back and pull forward another part of the hijab like this, so it just creates a nice shape around the face. Then, now what you need to imagine is that one side of the hijab is going to be for wrapping, and the other side of the hijab is going to be for coverage at the front, so it's going to drape at the front. So all I'm doing is I'm taking this side, bringing it around like this. Now a tip for you is that if you ever find that, well, it's not the case for me at the moment, but say for example if this was sticking out like this and nothing I'm doing, even if I'm pulling, it's not making the hijab sit down, all you need to do is fold it back like that. Okay? I'm not having the problem at the moment, but if I ever do, that's what I do. As I bring the hijab around, you can see I am folding it back to add a little bit of volume at the back. You don't need to do that, but I've decided to, for some extra volume at the back. Now, I'm just neaten at the front. I'm going to bring the same piece around again, leaving it a little bit loose, and then leaving that bit hanging like that. Now, I'll leave that there for now. I'm going to pin it to keep it secure. Now, obviously, if you were not wearing a polo neck and you were just wearing a standard t-shirt, this isn't going to fare very well for you because you know, you might have a low neck t-shirt, and so this is not going to be very modest. From the back, you can see, again, the hijab, because of the hood, it will cover all the way down to, if I show you, here's the curved bit at the back of the hijab, here's the curved bit, and it will cover all the back of your neck, it will be over here. But again, if you have a t-shirt that's got a low back, that's not going to fare well for you either. So that's why what you have is this next part, and generally this is how you would wear the hijab. One side of it, if you're just doing a drape, always remember one side is for draping and the other side use it for coverage. So I want this to be able to sit in a way that will provide maximum coverage at the front. So all I'm doing is I'm bringing it around like this. Take it around the back. Take it around the back. I'll show you from the back as well. Right, so I'm bringing it around the back like this. You can leave it like that, or if you feel uncomfortable about it getting loose or falling off, what you can do is lift it slightly. I really hope you can hear me. Lift it slightly and then get a pin and pin it down like that from the back. Okay, now that I've brought that part round, at the front, depending on how much coverage I want, I can adjust the rest of this hijab now. If I want it to drape quite low, then all I need to do is pull it so that it's quite low. If I want it to be quite high, then I would obviously tug it higher. I'm going to leave mine quite low, so let me just straighten out the edges, and then I'm going to grab a corner, drape it over my shoulder, and just neaten up these folds and pin over the shoulder. I'm just going to use a safety pin. I mean, you don't have to pin it on the shoulder. You can actually pin it higher like that if you wanted. You don't have to do it on the shoulder, but I'm going to pin it on the shoulder anyway. Okay, this part, I mean, in that picture all I did was I pulled this part a bit more to the front, and then in that picture I just accessorized it with an earring. I mean, in this case I've just put on a pin brooch as an accessory, but you could stick an earring in there, a standard hijab pin, or anything really, or you don't need to accessorize it at all. But really, this was it. This was that style I had on in that picture. There's loads and loads and loads of layers and folds and things. So that's it on the side and the back. And if you really feel as though it's going to move about, it's a hood so it won't, but if you feel like this is going to slip out, or actually these bits, I suppose if you're quite active they could slip out like that, then you could add further pins over here and here, or here somewhere. I don't know, I mean, I got on fine like this with it, and it doesn't move about, it doesn't budge for me. So I think it's a nice style, and the nice thing about it also is that you can really keep this part as low as you want or as high as you want. And the other thing that's nice about it is that there's loads of folds and ripples and everything happening everywhere else, except for here. This is where it just smooths out and you just put an accessory to kind of accentuate that part. So that's it. That's just sort of a basic hijab, I suppose. It would be a quick one. It's taken me a little while to do because I'm trying to explain at the same time, but essentially it's a very quick style. When I'd done it originally, I literally just wrapped it around and it didn't take me very long at all. So I hope you guys get on well with it. Let me know how you got on, and yeah, that's it then. Hope that makes your student lives, your hectic student lives, a little bit easier. Okay, toodles.